Right, so we're now out in the new Macan. We're currently in the GTS model. So this has the 2.9 V6 engine, 6-cylinder. So really nice engine. You'll find this engine or a similar engine in the S model, but detuned with a little bit less power. So 380 horsepower in the S, which is plentiful. The GTS that we're in now, 440 PS. So a hell of a lot of power for a small SUV. I suppose that's what Porsche's all about. So the 2 litre is the entry point for most customers to the Macan. 265 horsepower now, it's plentiful in that vehicle. And it's a really nice all-round package. Some of the equipment that's standard, whether it's climate control, parking sensors, there's a whole host of features on that car which make it a really fantastic all-round package. This being a GTS does have a few things above that vehicle. This also has some options that you can get on the standard Macan or the S model or on the GTS grid. So for example, the panoramic roof, that's a lovely option. Fills the cabin full of light, great if you've got kids in the back. What else have we got? Heated steering wheel, one of my favourites. Simple button on the wheel, touch that and you'll soon have warm hands within a few minutes. So what's new on the interior? So the centre console is a big difference on the new Macan. It's very similar to what you'll find in the Cayenne. So the layout of the buttons for sort of the driver controls, whether it's the climate or the car controls, they're all in the same place. They're just now behind a glass panel. So it's a black panel that illuminates with the buttons when the ignition's on. So it looks really nice when the engine's on. And it looks just as neat when the engine's turned off and you just have this very simple minimalist interior. So another big difference on the new Macan is selecting the manual mode from the gearbox. So it used to be that you'd push the gear selector over to the passenger side. That is no more now. There's a button on the steering wheel, so dead easy to get to, and that allows you to put the gearbox into manual. Once I push that button, the gearbox will hold the gear unless I tell it to change gear using the paddles. So I think that's a nice feature because it's a little bit easier to get to. You keep your hands on the wheel. It's simple pushing the button to put it back to full automatic. So the GTS model differs slightly from the standard Macan and the Macan S in the suspension. So this has air suspension as standard, so you can adjust the height of that, and it's also set from factory 10mm lower. It's a little bit firmer than the S as well. So the setup on the GTS is a little bit more driver focused. It's a more fun, more rewarding car to drive, faster or spiritedly, should we say. So Sport Chrono, so now as standard on the full Macan range, you will have the Sport Chrono clock on the dash, which is sort of a really nice feature that a lot of Porsche enthusiasts will look for in a Porsche. So that comes standard in the Macan, but there is the option to have the Sport Chrono system, which gives you the mode switch on the steering wheel. This gains a few extra features. So you've got launch control, you get the Sport Plus setting for the gearbox and the engine. So yeah, Sport Chrono, if you're into the drivability, again, it's a lovely option to spec. So the Macan itself is a medium-sized SUV. It's not too large, it fits on the road really well, especially in the area we live in where we've got sort of small country lanes. It's a really comfortable car and it gives you that elevated seat position, so a little bit nicer visibility, a little bit more comfort getting in and out of the vehicle, and a little bit more space as well. So as an all-rounder, the Macan is a fantastic product. And from a drivability, the fact that Porsche make this sort of vehicle, this has to be the best handling SUV on the market, especially in something like the GTS format we're in now. So if you'd like any more information on the new Macan, please give us a call here at Porsche Centre South Lakes. We're dead easy to locate. We're just off junction 35, the M6. You can't miss us. Any of the sales guys or myself, Joe, and the Porsche Pro are happy to help. We do have cars available test drive, so this GTS 2 litre, and we even have the S model, so we have the full range available to test drive.